Hello everyone, Jerry Pie here, and today I have the FN509M MRD model. The MSRP for this is $7.99. Let's see what you get for the money. So the 509M is M for mid-size. It's 15 rounds. They give you two 15-round magazines in the box compared to the compact model, which is like a 12-rounder. And the MRD is for their it's cut out for red dot. MRD is like stands for either modular red dot or mini red dot system. So the slide is already pre-cut for red dot. It comes in two colors, the FDE and black. This one here is the peanut butter color. It comes with a 4-inch barrel. It has tall suppressor height sights ready, so you can co-witness when you have your red dot installed. The only complaint I can say about the sights is that they are just plain black. There's no white on them or no night sights, but not a big deal because this gun is, when you get it, you really need to put a red dot on it. And I would say that for any modern gun, red dots are almost necessary for all guns, so not too big a deal. But they are at least suppressor sight out the box. Some of the other guns don't have that, so they have small ones. So when you buy it, you have to add the cost of buying new sights. And even if you don't have a red dot on it just yet, having the tall, flat sight is also useful for an extreme situation. Say your left hand is incapacitated, you can use it to rack against like a table or even like your belt. Right here you see, I can rack the gun using one hand. It has some pretty aggressive cuts, slide serrations, which I like. You know, they're not too sharp, but they are very noticeable. So if you ever grab it, and me handling guns every day, I've had, like, for example, the Glock MOSs or even the regular Glocks that have slide cuts. They're very subtle, and so sometimes if I'm not grabbing it tight enough, I might accidentally slip and the gun will go forward and kind of rub my skin and hurt. These things are nice so that you can easily grab it from the front or the back. I really like that. And same thing for the grips. They have 3 different styles, like a little soft style over here, some like little pyramids on the palm area, and on the front and the back straps they have like this dragon scale looking thing. So it gives you a very nice, you know, I like it so when you're squeezing the gun, holding it, when you're done you should have it imprinted in your hand. Or to me, it's not aggressive enough. So I like it. Some people not. Some people might not. Like for example the Glocks, they're very subtle. To me, you don't even feel it, and most people like to get the little, you know, holes poked in their Glock anyway, so I really like this. The bottom of the grips do have a little cutaway, little indentation on both sides, so if for some reason the magazine doesn't drop free, you can kind of reach your hand in there and help pull it out instead of being completely flat and not getting any kind of gripping. It does have ambidextrous slide release, slide stop, and mag release on both sides. So some guns like the Glock, for example, they might have it on, but they have the slide stop on both sides, but they don't have the mag release. You have to take the gun apart, take the magazine release out, and switch it around. If you're a new shooter, this is ready to go out the box. You don't have to worry about it. Another good feature for new shooters is it has a pretty, you can see, very noticeable little area around the slide stop. So when you're holding it, your hand doesn't accidentally push up the slide stop and lock the slide back while you're shooting. You know, it kind of helps alleviate some of those new shooter problems. And here's the magazine area. The magazine release I don't like, and veteran shooters probably won't like it either, but it has a very huge raised area above it and some of a small one below it. They designed this for military use and law enforcement. The problem with that is when you're carrying it, you might accidentally press it into your body and release the magazine, which in a situation where your life is on the line all the time, you go out to pull the gun and you shoot one shot and then your magazine's not in the gun anymore. So they designed that for a purpose. If you're at the range or even in a tactical situation, you get 15 shots, you need to reload, you just really can't easily do it like that. It's kind of this thing blocks. You have to really readjust your grip to be able to do it. So it's not for competition shooting, not for speed shooting, but not really an issue. You get 15 shots, and I've seen many new shooters, even at the range, shooting a gun, accidentally hit the magazine release and let their mag out. So having that raised up area is a pretty nice feature. The trigger is very, very nice for a striker fire gun. So they use the hinge system. So instead of having any kind of safeties up here where your thumb would be, or inside, like the Glocks have a little piece sticking out where you have to like activate that first and then pull the trigger. The hinge, what happens is the bottom part moves, you can see the back piece moving, and then you can pull the trigger. So there's really no way that you can't not deactivate the safety unless you put your hand all the way up top. Like you have a really small finger, your hand goes up top, you can't pull the trigger. But as long as you're right in the middle or below, you're going to deactivate the safety and you can pull the trigger. So really, really nice crisp trigger. When it breaks, it's almost completely flat. They call it like their flat facing trigger. Very good for a striker fire gun. And this is a striker fire, so you have to manually cock the slide back, or after you're shot, it will automatically lock it back before you can fire. FN on their website, they classify it as a double action gun, and technically all striker fires are double action because the gun isn't fully cocked. Even when you do this, the gun's not cocked, you pulling it, having that big old break, you're finishing pulling back the striker and pulling something out the way so it can go forward. So technically it's double action, but most manufacturers don't say that. FN, they say it on their website, it's a double action. So you're thinking like maybe like a hammer fired, you're like, okay, I can pull the trigger every time. Nope, you have to have the gun cocked before you can pull the trigger. Just a side note there for you new shooters. And it does have a Picatinny rail, so you can add your favorite accessories. In the box, they give you one rounded backstrap pre-installed. They do give you one more that's flat. They only give you 2 back straps total, which is kind of You know, some companies give you 3, 4 different ones. Last but not least is their optic system. So FN developed the first like rail mount slide, optics like about 10 years ago. They were the first ones to commercially do it on our guns, and they redesigned it with the new MRD styles. So it's very, very flat. When you have your sight on there, very low, very close to the bore. And they also give you a very nice package so that they say you do not need Loctite on your optic when you install it. They give you some very long screws. So when you stick them in there, your optic is in there tight. It is not moving. They give you 3 little front plates and 2 back plates. So the 3 front plates will go in the very front here, and then the 2 back plates will go in the back to accommodate, they say right now, over 10 different optics. And it's just a very, very high quality system. No gunsmithing required, no Loctiting required. Just overall, FN is a premium gun, and it shows. If you're new to shooting or you're just looking for the upgrade, this is a good way to go. Only major issue with FN is their magazines. If you're not aware, FN magazines are going to cost you anywhere from $45 to $55 a piece, versus some of the other brands you can get them for $30 or $40. So just be aware, if you want FN, you're going to have to pay to play, but you will have a quality gun from a quality company that will definitely last you a lifetime. You will not have to worry about this gun going bad. It will last and last. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.